Welcome to Time of Death. This video is for informational purposes and in no way meant to glorify or condone violence. In today's video, we'll be discussing the murder of Robert Lopez Jr. Lopez was shot and killed Tuesday, January 13, 2009 in the 1200 block of West Court Street in Echo Park, according to LA County coroner records. Howard Astorga was subsequently arrested and charged with the murder. The following is the evidence at trial. On January 13, 2009, at about 3 p.m., Townsend, then 24 years old, was playing football on Bixel Street with a group of men, including Astorga for part of the time. Townsend knew Astorga as Doper and a member of Diamond Street, which claimed the area as part of its turf. While the football game was continuing, at about 4:25 p.m., Townsend saw a red car driven by a racer-looking kind of guy with spikish hair coming down the street at 30 or 40 miles per hour. Townsend heard someone from the group say, "Slow the F down." Someone else said, "Shoot that fool." Astorga then fired 5 or 6 gunshots at the car. The gun was a semi-automatic, the type that uses a magazine, and was a grayish or blackish color. No one else from Townsend's group took out a gun, nor did the individual in the red car fire any type of weapon. Townsend heard no other gunshots other than those fired by Astorga. He was not sure whether any of Astorga's shots had hit the car, but after the shooting stopped, people were screaming. Astorga sang the song lyric, "Rodney King beat it like a cop." Townsend got into his car and drove away, but returned to the area after about 5 minutes and saw a lot of people around the kid, who was lying on the sidewalk. Also on January 13, 2009, at about 4:25 p.m., Eusebio, then 24 years old, was walking home from school on Bixel Street when she heard 4 gunshots. Astorga, whom she had known since elementary school, was on top of the hill on Bixel Street firing gunshots. He was wearing jeans, a white t-shirt, and Nike tennis shoes. Eusebio did not see anyone else with a gun, nor did she hear any shots except those fired by Astorga. After shooting, Astorga, holding the gun in his hand, ran by Eusebio into an alley. The gun was black and the type that uses a magazine. At about 4:30 p.m., police arrived at the scene and saw 4-year-old Robert Lopez Jr. on the sidewalk near the community center, being held up by 2 people. Robert was not conscious or breathing, and his shirt was blood-drenched. He died from a gunshot wound to the chest, the bullet having entered through his chest and exited out his back, causing him to bleed to death in 2 or 3 minutes. At the time of the shooting, Robert was walking from his house to the community center with his sister and 3 cousins. One of his cousins, Gina, then 8 years old, heard firecracker noises and noticed Robert was hurt, but she did not see from where the shots were fired or who fired them. In a videotape interview shortly after his arrest, which was played to the jury, Astorga initially denied being present when the shots were fired, but then he admitted that he was at the top of the hill on Bixel Street playing football when the red car passed by him going fast. He saw 2 people in the car who were regular people, not gang members. Astorga said, "Slow the F down." The red car then went faster, and Astorga started shooting. He fired about 4 times from what he said was a chrome-colored .32 caliber revolver. Astorga is an admitted and documented member of Diamond Street, with the moniker of Doper or Dopey and tattoos, among others, of Diamond Street on the right side of his head, a diamond on his chest and the back of his head, and his moniker on his forehead. Following the trial, the jury found Astorga guilty of first-degree murder and of shooting at an occupied vehicle, including a gun and gang enhancement. The trial court sentenced Astorga to a state prison term of 93 years to life. Robert Lopez Jr. was 4 years old at the time of death.